Well, good morning, everyone. You wonderful mother truckers, you. Welcome to a very dull, damp, dark day here in the UK as another morning dawns on the 9th of December. So it's that dark, I've had to actually put the interior car light on because if I turn it off, you can see that the image is not very good at all. That's why the light's on. So Labour are doing what Labour do best. You see, if you look at the track record of Labour, apart from all the crap things they're doing, they do love taking credit for other people's work and things that have already been in existence. The latest one is them boasting about allowing 38,000 service personnel to have free travel to get back for Christmas, because we care about our armed forces, even though you're massively depleting them, and they're now at their lowest levels ever. Although, to be fair, because that's how you need to be, a lot of that work was also done by the Conservatives, so you can't actually blame the Conservatives for that one. But to pontificate and claim that Labour are allowing free travel for service personnel to get home for Christmas is, again, bullshit. Sorry, but it is. The travel warrant exists and has existed since the Victorian times, where it allowed soldiers, initially in the Victorian times, it was to allow officers to go home for free. But it then progressed on to World War I, World War II, and it has never actually disappeared. When I was in the services, I used my travel warrant a fair few times to get back from places to come home to see family, train, whatever. So what we're doing is we're doing what we do best. We're gaslighting. We're making it look like we genuinely care about the armed forces, where in reality what they want to do is to throw them into a pathetic war against Russia, because that's where we're heading. You see, at the moment, Zelensky's here again, and the French, the German, and our Prime Minister are all pretending that they've got some input in this. These are the same people who have claimed that they're going to put 800,000 troops on the Russian border, on the eastern border, because that's not threatening at all, is it? You see, for whatever reason, well, actually, I know what the reason is. They want to thin the population out. Remember that we're the carbon that they want to get rid of the most. And it kind of plays into the last couple of videos where I've been talking about birth rate. The way to make things even worse, of course, is to kill all the young people. And the way you do that is you get a war. But unfortunately, the European leaders have become extremely deluded with the fact and the belief that they can beat Russia. They can beat Russia in a land campaign because Russia's weak. Because just look what's happening in the Ukraine. They're weak. Why do you want to? You see, the last little idiot who tried to invade Russia found out that and that was before nuclear weapons were invented, found out that, it doesn't go well, because the one thing back in World War II that the Russians had more than anyone else is they can trade land for time. And then when they all get mobilised, there's a hell of a lot more of them than there is of us. Also remembering that the vast majority of young men nowadays, in particularly, we'll just take England, it'll be the same for France and for Germany, don't see this country as theirs. So therefore, they are not willing to fight for it at all. They've all, which I always find amazing, and I've touched on it before, is when they do all the, it's our country, we belong here, this, that, and the other, racist immigration, blah, blah, blah. Until you say, but we need you to fight for this country. No. You see, I'm going back home. They all say it. They all say it. I mean, we had them banging on, the Admiralty banging on about there's a Russian spy ship and it's overlooking and looking down on our power cables and our communication cables, and it's not acceptable. while also allowing the Chinese to build a massive embassy right over the top of all our major communication hubs. You see the hypocrisy, and we're going to fight them. We're going to fight them when it's also been announced that the UK is struggling to maintain its rather weak and pathetic submarine force. You see, we aren't in the fit state to fight our way out of a paper bag. The British Army's own chiefs have admitted that they'd struggle to defend our own islands, let alone going over to a foreign land. You have the EU pontificating and saber-rattling, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Look, in Afghanistan, the only people who actually did any real fighting was the British and the Americans. The rest of them hid away, paying Taliban off to not attack them. We have more men. Well, a post on X has proved that they don't. We have more tanks. You don't. We have more aircraft. You don't. But when it all comes down to it, is it really, really wise to pick a fight on a nuclear power who, like anyone else who's a nuclear power, when backed into a corner, will use those weapons? And when we use nuclear weapons, everybody loses. But of course, they have their bunkers, don't they? Probably be another great way of getting rid of an awful lot of the populace. The only downside is you won't be able to come out here and walk around for 100 years. You see, they need their war. They need a forever war. They need a meat grinder. They need somewhere where they can just throw thousands and thousands of us into a conflict that gets us all killed. Because just like the generals in World War I, they're miles away from anywhere, completely safe and isolated from any consequences. Remember that if the worst comes to worst, the arseholes who are trying to push for this, they've got somewhere to run and hide. We haven't. Any case, enough of that. If you like what I'm doing and you agree with what I'm saying with, or you just want to annoy a lefty, just hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a penny, totally free. Ding the bell, select it to all, and YouTube will probably not give you a notification. It is what it is. You can like, you can share, you can comment. If the AI bot, which has happened a couple of times, has deleted your comment and you still need to talk to me, gobstertalks@yahoo.com on the screen right now. That will allow you to email me, and I've had some interesting emails. I've had some really good emails as well. It keeps you in touch with people, it really does. And of course, in the email, you're not getting censored by any AI thing or whatever. It just comes straight to me in its rawest form, and that's great. Ways to support the channel down below, including my links to my social media. Obviously, you can see there's a merch shop attached to the channel. I think it's quite expensive, myself personally, but if you go in the links, there's one where it's a little bit cheaper. Unfortunately, because I can't actually produce it myself, I have to go through a third party, but I do try and keep the prices as low as humanly possible. And with that, I'm done. So, until the next one.